Welcome to One Crack News. How to win at surviving. How to win at surviving. Now, sitting here talking to you like Colonel De Beers. And as the Colonel, we will have this conversation. Now, I would just like to say, that surviving, a bat ain't your answer. This baseball bat is not your solution. No, sir. Not at all. Don't try to Batman your way out of it, because it's not going to work. This is not going to help you in surviving. It'll help you feel good. If I see LeBron right there. But that's another story. Now, let's talk about something different. Surviving the game. How will you survive in today's game? Being proactive. Have to think ahead of the curve. You can't wait till Plymouth Rock falls on you. You have to prepare for the blow. You got to say, what would happen if Plymouth Rock fell on me? Most people got hurt by this pandemic because they weren't prepared when it hit. Me, I was very fortunate that I prepare for such situations. Not for the worst, just staying prepared. I had enough toilet paper when the things hit. Always keep my refrigerator stocked with the best water. Always make sure that I have like Lysol and all kind of disinfectants. I have an upstairs and a downstairs. So I always make sure I have one for upstairs and downstairs, even though I'm the only one that lives here. Why? Just in case. Clorox wipes, I got one for every room. Already had them. So when the pandemic hit and couldn't nobody find any, I didn't have a problem. I got 80 wipes for this room. I got 80 wipes for the bathroom. I got 80 wipes for the back room. Have to be ahead, not behind. Have to learn how to survive. This is not going to help you. Okay? You need books. Book your way out. How many athletes we've had had multi-millions of dollars, and it amounted to nothing. 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 In the end, it led to nothing. And the reason why it led to nothing in the end is because of the fact they didn't have and possess anything, meaning knowledge. They didn't possess anything. They didn't know themselves. They didn't know self-worth. They didn't know anything about land. They thought they just buy a house, pay rent, pay taxes. That's it. I got a big car. I got a big jewels. I got all this. Is it more? You're spending all this time buying things you don't need, working at a job that you hate. You have to learn to work for you. If you don't learn how to work for you, you will be left behind and you won't survive. Because whether you get it or not, times are moving. Times are moving on without you. Now, everybody has known I have been the boss of people. Y'all know that. All my companies, everyone would have been successful had they listened to me. It's only so many people that have worked under my companies that are successful right now in their other walks of life. Because I taught people how to not just work for me, how to go out and be bosses themselves. You can take the model I'm doing, do it for yourself. I'm like, why are you working at that cable company? You can do what they're doing. You don't have to work for the cable company and get a check and just show up every day and get a check till they one day decide to fire you. Why would you do that? You know what you could do? Sign people up yourself. That's a lot of hard work. Well, do you want to work for you? You get to cut them out. You pay them a check off what you're getting. They just get a small percentage. They're not your boss then. They can't fire you. You are your own business. You're using them third party. So you get all the benefits they got. You get to use the name, the logo, the t-shirts, everything they got. And you can sell that. You can sell anything you want. Make your own company and do what you do. Hell, you can even get your own LLC and create any type of business. You can even get authorization to sell in supermarkets like Target and Walmart throughout the world. If you know how to do it right. Why can't you own a McDonald's? Why can't you own a Wendy's? You can own 30 of them, 40 of them. But if you don't use your books to try to be a boss and think like a boss, you will never be one. If your mentality, thanks T, appreciate that. If your mentality is, I'm going to work for this guy for the rest of my life, then fine. I come from a blue collar family. My whole family was work, 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 get a job, work, work, work. They didn't teach ownership. My family didn't teach. They teach, go to school, get a degree, get you a good job. That was our family. Get a good job. But my father's side was different. That's funny. I gotta answer this guy back. Guy still mad Shane Mosley lost to Floyd Mayweather. This is a good book. Mark McCormick. Hard to find this book. But if you find it, definitely something you should read. Staying street smart in the internet age. In your day on time, people who say they can keep a secret usually can't. It pays to overestimate your competition. The best ideas cannot be stolen. Know when to say it's none of your business. That is one of the keyest things in business you need to know. When to tell somebody else it's none of your damn business. I had to learn that. It's hard, but I had to learn it. Absolutely. And the reason I had to learn it is because somebody was trying to steal from my business. Normally, when somebody steals from my business or somebody's stealing from me, then now it's time to be Batman. But I learned how to deal with those situations. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's a cute book. I met Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the host down there at the Allstate Arena. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. My rich dad said do this. My poor dad said do that. My dad, my biological dad, created his own business by stealing from his clients. He stole the client list from the boss. He said he figured it out. He's like, why am I working to get a promotion here? The people work through me. I can just take the client list. I got them all. They all talk to me. I'll start my own business and I can order the supplies myself and distribute it to them. He figured that out on his own. Well, my dad, who was doing the sales, thought he sucked and he didn't have one sale. And by then they were kicking people out who didn't have sales. And the guy who thought he had like 2 sales, he thought he had the job. What fired him was him at the lunchroom. They had free lunch for everybody at the company. So he would go up there and make sure he double stack his food, eating and everything. And my dad would just take enough, just to eat and get back to work. And he was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And at the end, when it was time to fire people, dude had 2 sales and they fired him, his friend, and they got my father. And my father didn't have 1 sale. And he was like, why did you keep me? He said, we listened to the calls. You're gonna make it. You're this close, and you're gonna make it. That guy, he got 2 sales just because it might take him 3 months before he gets another one. That's the kind of guy that's not gonna make it. He gonna come in, check the clock, and when the bell rings, he leaves. They saw my father wanted to be great. He wanted to be good. He wanted to succeed. So he was really trying to do it. And they could tell that he was gonna blow. And sure enough, like sales was just pouring in. And then he saw his check. And it was the biggest check he had ever seen in his life. I mean, he's buying cars, everything. But I guess it's in my DNA too. It started to hit him. They're making more money than me. I got a nice car, but they got nice car, nice house, nice wife, nice life, bigger houses. How are they making all that money? What do they do? See, a lot of people don't think that. When they're getting their money, they're not thinking, what are they doing? How do they get that? I'm working for him. What is his job? How does he get paid? Long as you get your check, everybody, I got my check, and they run off. But they never ask, how does the boss get paid? My father wanted to know how the hell the boss got paid. How did he get his money? Then he's starting to realize, after looking at the actual sale, I'm not getting what I should be getting. I'm getting robbed. Once he realized that he's just basically getting a portion, he's thinking at first, see, when you come from nothing and they give you a little bit of something, you think this is the world till you really see the money that's being made, and you ain't making none of it really. And you paying for their house, the boss's wife, the cars, everything. You doing all that work for them. Now, I'm not saying they ripped him off. They didn't. They that's what you do when you got an employee. They work for you. They making your money. But my dad, he wanted to go into business for himself. Now, the practices he used, I wouldn't advise using those practices. You'll be sued to hell. Like they did. They came after him like to hell. But they pissed him off. And he said, okay, I'm going to show you. I know what to do. See, my father went in to find out exactly who were the suppliers that we got it from, that the company that he worked for got it from. So once he figured that out, he knew how to organize what he needed to do to move forward. So what he did was learn the whole pay structure and how the business moved, and said, okay, I can do this myself. He went, placed the order, took his money, saved it up, started an LLC, named the company. This one was low down. He named the company very similar to the company he worked for. Now, just for instance, the name of the company was like, we're using an imaginary name for the company. It was like General Geriatrics, and he named his company General G. I swear to God, it was that close. So the customers that he took, the ones that were his clients, the ones that were buying through him, he kept them and didn't get them to the company. And he told them, the people don't care, as long as they still getting their same supplies, they don't care. He just said, hey, don't write General Geriatrics on there no more. Now write General G on the check. And they were like, okay. So he's getting, now I'm going to tell you, he went from making $64,000 a year to $380,000 a year. Just like that. That's how much revenue he was losing by staying with the other people. Him doing it himself, He went from making $64,000 a year to 300 and something thousand a year. Being his own boss. Taking that step, taking that risk. But he didn't just jump out there and start doing stuff. I don't advise that for anybody. Is my father a millionaire today? I wouldn't say he's a millionaire. I would say he's well off. He probably got $1 million in assets, probably. I mean, he probably had to modify since then, because businesses now we're talking way back in the 80s. Now we're in the 2020s. His business structure is probably a lot different. But he's still his own boss. And he's never worked for nobody else since. But dad got money. I ain't got to worry about dad having money ever. Dad's straight. Even if he ain't straight, dad gonna be straight. That's just him. He's always been that guy. Mom's always been that person. She ain't finna go broke. My stepdad, why? They just always knew how to go and get it. So I got it on both sides. We gonna hustle, strive, do whatever it takes, but we ain't finna come up short. So here's another book that should be in your possession. The New Color of Success. Definitely read this and put you up on game. See, a lot of people build things in their head, tells them because they black, they can't do nothing. You already hear that person that's right next to you, or you work with them at the job. Man, you know they ain't gonna give us nothing because we black. We black, man. We can't do nothing. Yeah, we black. Can't do nothing. So they build that and instill that in your head 24/7 that you can't do anything. You black, you can't do anything. You don't know how many rights you have. You don't know how many laws, because they know you're not going to pursue. We don't teach ownership in our families and communities. We teach get a job. That's our main problem. We teach get a job. There's nothing wrong with getting a job. I mean, you got to understand, not everybody is made to be the boss. Some people ain't designed to be a boss. It's not in them. But you'll never know. We submerge people's opportunities to be the boss who were born to be bosses. We submerge them into nonsense by working them and forcing them to get jobs that don't benefit them. Don't kill their identity. Look, if these people have ideas and they're ideal and goal oriented, why would you want to destroy those dreams by forcing them into a job that they really don't need to have, but you want them to get in the workforce right away? To get in the field that they don't want to be in so that they can work hard at a job that they don't want to be at. Then they're stuck at this job, working hard, buying things they don't need. Then that becomes the model of their life as they give up on their dreams and hopes. That's what we do to our people. We push that poison into our families' brains that they can't do something. And by the time they do try to do something, it's too late. You'll have somebody that's successful at doing something. And you know, Black people, we got so much pride. We don't even ask that person, hey, you know, how did you do that? I'm just interested to know, how did you do that? You know, I'm looking at and trying to, I might be doing something similar to that down the road. I have no problem doing that. I always want to know. If you know something I don't know, and I think this might benefit me, I'm not somebody who don't know how blessings work and how things is like, man, this is peculiar that this happened. I said, oh, this might be God sending me a sign. This is the moment. I am fully aware that this was designed for some reason, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. I don't let that stuff blow away. I'll be like, this is weird that we all here at the same time. No, it isn't. This was designed. This moment was supposed to happen in life, and I have to take advantage of it. This is the moment where I'm supposed to do something here. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm gonna figure it out while I'm here. Because see, international, when you go out of the country, you see how other people think. The thinking and mentality is different. In the United States, we're probably the only country that don't use the metric system. What we think, everybody do what we do here in America. I don't know another country that uses ounces and pounds for anything. I couldn't tell you one. Except for the United States. I'm serious. If you know them, you better than me. Because I don't know them. It's all metric. And by them using this metric system, it makes them more efficient in math. Their math skills are way better. So we need to learn how to step our game up. Now, the biggest question needs to be asked, why? Why is America the only place that uses ounces and pounds? And seems pretty odd, don't it? Why? Everyone in the world uses a metric system, and we're using a system that no one else in the world is using. Make you think and wonder, right? Right. People in school, unless you're really into math, you don't even know what a millimeter or a milliliter looks like. They're like, a milliliter? Is that the little bug that goes around with all the legs? And be like, no. So anyway, thanks for your time, man. I ain't want to bore you guys, but I just want to hit y'all with some knowledge right quick. I'm out.